I may be 3 years late to the Breath of the Wild party, but hey, I had a lot of fun with it. I just got done getting all the shrines, I got plenty of free time, and I haven't posted anything outside of Radio Workplace in 6 months?! Shit, I guess I might as well do a video about this game. So yeah, the game does deserve its universal acclaim. While I'm not as fond of the open world genre as I was in my pre-teen, early teen years, there's still tons to enjoy and appreciate about this game. While you've no doubt heard never-ending praise about how fun the core gameplay loop is, I want to talk specifically about one portion of the main quest. Oh, and in case you're even later to the party than I was, yes, there will be spoilers. After leaving the Great Plateau, the training wheels are off and the game will let you venture off in any direction, regardless of how ill-equipped you are for the destination. However, it still nudges you in the direction of Kakariko Village where you meet Impa, who gives you a better explanation of the quest at hand, along with another pointer to Hateno Village. There, you meet Pura, who upgrades her Sheikah Slate with the ability to take pictures. Along with it, you have 12 other pictures that were taken 100 years ago, long before Link was put to sleep in the Shrine of Resurrection. Now, in addition to conquering the Divine Beasts and facing Calamity Ganon, you also have to recover your memories. The only hints you're given are these pictures of places where significant events of Link's past have taken place. Link just spent the last century out cold, so no way is he gonna remember where to go and what to do. You gotta use what you know to find these places yourself. One of the great subversions of the open world genre incorporated into Breath of the Wild is that there are very few instances of the game telling you precisely where to go. Most of the time, you're given a general sense of where a quest item or something may be located in relation to where you currently are, such as east of this stable or go down this road and then move north. Discovering things on your own was always one of the biggest selling points of this game, and boy does it deliver. You've probably heard people gush over how awesome it feels to discover a shrine, a Korok seed, or a rare piece of armor you had no idea about until you got a little bit curious about something you noticed in the corner. You don't know where to go to find these places, all you know is what they'll look like when you get there. However, one of them you may have passed by already because it's right near Kakariko Village. Even if you didn't see it or just didn't remember it, the game still points you back to Kakariko to talk to Impa. Even better, now that you're here, you meet Pikango, a painter who's been all over Hyrule and continues to travel across the place to discover new things. He recognizes this gate and will point you to where to find it. It may seem like the game's throwing you a freebie, and it kind of is, but it's also a clever way of easing the player into what they're getting into with this quest, letting them understand what this memory hunt entails and how you go about finding them. Now, Raphael is there to help you with all the other memories, but he won't help you right then and there at Kakariko Village. Rather, whenever you find one of the many stables in Hyrule, you may very well run into him there. Even more convenient, he's just been near one of the memory locations you're looking for and will point you in the direction of where to find it once again. On the surface, this may seem like the game's cheapening the hunt, giving you this man who knows where to go before you do, but you still need to find the correct stables that he'll be at. In practice, all this does is prevent the quest from being a blind hunt of just trying to cover every square inch of the continent in search of wherever these pictures were taken. Instead of going out of your way to find the most obscure places, you can stay on the beaten path, discover more stables, and if you're lucky enough to see good ol' Leonardo here, get some guidance on where to find your next memory. Not that I needed him for all of them. The Sacred Ground Ruins memory, I found that on my own pretty easily. Mostly because it's right in front of Hyrule Castle, a location that not only has this giant aura of evil surrounding it, but also has a waypoint marker on it from your Destroy Ganon quest. There's even a tower nearby, so if you're going for those, which you're gonna want to regardless of the memory quest, you'll probably find it anyway. True, the area is crawling with guardians, but nothing a good horse can't outrun. Of course, there are other landmarks to help you find these places too. Take this one for instance, a pond surrounded with white trees, bushes, and most importantly, twin peaks out in the distance. Once again, if you're looking for the towers, you're bound to find those slightly separated mountains, especially when there's 3 shrines littered there that your Sheikah Slate will ping you towards. So with that knowledge, you know to look at the map for small bodies of water on either side, and there it is! On top of that, this one with the tree and 2 little stone statues at its base show Hylia Bridge out in the distance. The bridge isn't far from your starting plateau, so finding this one's gonna be a cinch once you've made that connection. The one with the horsey statue is funny to me because I found it by complete accident. I was looking around for it, saw this funny looking shape on the map, thought to myself, what could that be? And then lo and behold, there's the horsey statue! Once you've found all 12 and report back to Impa, you'll learn that there's a 13th memory, and fuck me was this a bitch to find! You get a much lower quality picture that isn't on your Sheikah Slate, you have to take a picture of it yourself. All you know from the closest inspection is that there are dead guardians, grass, bushes, trees, and a larger than average rock in the middle. Michelangelo unfortunately can't help this time, so you need to rely on your own knowledge of this land yourself. How did I find it? I cheated! Well, kinda. I didn't look up a guide or walk through in a traditional sense, but I did use outside material. More specifically, I looked at this image for a while and thought, isn't there something like that in one of the trailers? I looked at the E3 2016 trailer again, and during this shot that reveals that the game does in fact have an official title and isn't actually called Zelda for Wii U and NX, I looked at that guardian, the grass, the background, and shit on a shingle! Those are the Twin Peaks again! I've been to the west of them already for the one at Lake Colombo, so now I gotta head east. It was this big-ass field, but after enough pacing around, I was there. I recovered the final lost memory. I learned how Link was fatally injured, how he was kept flash-frozen for 100 years, and was then greeted by Zelda expressing her gratitude to me finally solving this mystery. Despite my frustrations, it was this one in particular that made me realize the true beauty of this entire chunk of the game. Not only does it offer you just enough guidance to prevent it from being a tedious chore while instilling the wondrous rush of excitement when you discover things. Not only does it make you feel like a genius, piecing together your knowledge of Hylian landmarks to find these places. Not only do they reward you with these beautiful cutscenes showing more and more of what Link and Zelda went through in fear of Calamity coming back, but it's also a magnificent metaphor for recalling old memories in real life. You try your damnedest to remember something important, you retrace steps in your thinking, you use what you already know to try and piece things together, and as long as you don't give up at any wall you run into, it all culminates in this fantastic revelation. Those two mountains in Breath of the Wild were actually called the Dueling Peaks, and Twin Peaks was the name of a TV show that I've never seen, but I have heard of from people talking about it. Fucking hell, they took 26 years to get a third season? Looks like Haruhi Season 3 isn't as implausible as I thought. It may not have been the intention of Aonuma or anyone else on the development team to create such an astounding allegory for the primal functions of the human brain, but as the wise and intellectual asexual Todd Chavez said, isn't the point of art less what people put into it and more what people get out of it? I'm sure Donatello here would get it, what with all the passion he puts into his painting and travels. Whether they realize it or not, this quest is true poetry. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the comments to tell me what you're proud of.